If you got up this morning and you saw the news flash saying, Donald Trump was assassinated by the Iranian government today, what would your expression be? What would you think about that? And then the very next chyron is the U.S. goes to war with Iran. You'd be like, wait, what? I thought you guys hated Donald Trump. You just hear me out. It's again, conspiracy theory. So let's do the traditional two strong motion. Let's stretch a little bit. Let's go. All right. So they came out that there was some information found that the Iranian government was trying to target some U.S. officials. One of the names on there was, the Orange Man Bad. Now, the majority of Americans understand that Donald Trump was a better president. We're not going into the moral case about this again. However, let's just say that the people in power, the Democrats and those rhinos in power, really want this man dead. But they can't off him by themselves. They just can't do it because, you can't get your hands dirty. So recently we saw that too much attention was going to Ukraine. Then all of a sudden the war kicks off in Israel, of all places. And then you find out that the Iranian government supplied the Hamas people with the weaponry, and then you heard that Biden handed them money. So you see the cycle going on. In introducing one problem to counter the other, you've introduced another problem. How do you solve that? Introduce another problem. It's what they do. You can't. It's a chain reaction, right? So what is the best reaction you can do to not only cover your tracks, but erase the people that you set the prior problem in motion with? Now, again, we're stretching. So keep stretching. It's going to get you limber. You'll understand in a minute. I don't really like Israel. This is the stance of the United States, but I have to back them for other reasons other than what I can divulge, is what the United States will be. I'm okay with Israel, but I have to keep Israel happy as well as their enemies in order to get their oil. Okay, so that's case one. So then I'm friends with Iran, but I have to give Iran money because I want their stuff. I had to get Iraq out the way because Iran didn't like Iraq. And then so I killed Iraqi leaders to make peace with Iran, but Iran doesn't really want peace, but at least I can placate them. So now I paid them money. I gave them money. They turned around, gave money to Hamas, which is okay by the United States standards because Hamas will start war with Israel. We all okay with that because we never did like Israel to begin with. However, you still have one man on the local side here who's going to cause a lot of problems for that so-called cycle that you're causing there. What's the best option? Hey, Iran, we got some problems with this dude. You want to take care of some stuff? We'll put him on the list, man. Okay, he's on the list now. So what happens when you have a U.S. citizen targeted by a foreign power? The United States government has to do something, right? I just paid Iran. I don't want Iran. You know how people cut loose ends? They figure out loose ends. You ever seen John Wick or Blade where they say, I'm going to be back for you, and the guy thinks he gets away scot-free by helping, and all of a sudden John Wick shows back up at the end. You think I forgot you? No, I didn't forget you. That's the U.S. You get Iran to do your dirty work. Then you strike Iran, covering your tracks of what they did with Hamas, because you say, I would never attack Iran if I was supplying. You see how this is going to go. The only people that will not benefit from this is the U.S. citizens. That's it. We are the pawns and the middlemen that are going to be like, we're slough. We're chaff. We're just going to get pushed to the side because what are we going to do? Nothing. People on the Gaza Strip, the Palestinians, they're actually fighting back. What are we doing? Sitting down. People in Israel, they fighting back. What are we doing? Sitting down. People in Iran fighting back. What are we doing? Sitting down. You think they're going to care what happens to Donald Trump? What are you going to do? Nothing. They're not worried about you. So this plot that just showed up, let's walk it down some roads. Really? Okay, let's just, again, don't forget, yoga sash says, we're going down the road. If they do follow through with this so-called threat to off a certain individual, what does that mean for American diplomacy? I guarantee you this money here, and I probably will get paid some really good funds. You will see everything all of a sudden in America become nice. You won't hear about Donald Trump. They wouldn't even talk about his funeral. You might get 5 more minutes of him. Oh, he got killed? Oh, okay, bye. And then all of a sudden you'll see we start back with what we were when Clinton ran. Oh, this policy here and this policy here and this policy here. Because in doing that, they can go back to the old way of doing things. Start a war, solve a war, gain the resources. Start a war, stop a war, gain the resources. That's been going on for hundreds of years. here in America. Donald Trump's been in the way. He's just been standing. He came in as rogue as he is and just kind of. So, but the U.S. now remember, if you think it's far fetched that the U.S. takes out its own people, look no further than JFK. We were told that was. Understand who now is behind it. Okay, JFK had the exact same mindset as Donald J. Trump. He put the American people ahead of everybody else. You can't have that. But unlike JFK, because now the information is out that the US government had a hand in it, you can't do the same thing with DJ. You can't. You got to find a different way. What's the different way? Hello, Iran? I got a proposal for you. Again, it's stretching. But am I really? Am I really stretching this? Now, you can say it may not be valid. It's all hearsay. No one can ever tell if that's going to happen. But are you going to put this past somebody, a body of people who have been known to take care of their enemies? Do you need to look any further than Gaddafi? No, you don't. This is going to happen at some point, is what I believe. It's going to happen, and you're going to end up seeing them blaming some foreign power in order to engage in another war and to keep the warmongering happening and keep America perpetually on edge. There's not much at this point that the American people can do outside of what the Palestinians do and outside of what the Israelites do and outside of what the myriads of second and third world countries do when there's a problem in government. But are we willing to go that far? The ones with the most rights to do it ain't doing nothing, and the ones with the least rights to do it are doing it. Make that make sense. But hey, I'm not calling for violence. I'm just telling you what your options are and what to expect. Hopefully I'm proven wrong, but I'm not holding out hope for that one. I would say 85% sure that's going to take place. The next question for us is, what are we going to do when that happens? I guess time will tell.